Hello artists. We are going to do some cupcakes today. We're going to create some cupcakes that illustrate how to mix colors, or what colors make each other, I guess is a better way to say that. First thing you're going to do is take your paper and fold it in half. Line it up the best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect, but crease it good. Keep it folded and then fold it the other way. So what you will have is a piece of paper that has 4 rectangles on it. Okay, that's what you want to have, is 4 rectangles. Now, if you want to draw those lines, you can, if it's easier for you. I'm just going to leave the folds to help me, but that is entirely up to you. So I'm going to draw a cupcake, and cupcakes are really quite simple because the bottom of them is a trapezoid. We drew trapezoids before. Make a little bit of a curved bottom, but they're like a rectangle whose sides go out. And I'm not going to draw the top yet. So the top of my trapezoid, I didn't make anything at the top yet, because the top of my trapezoid is going to have like the frosting going up next to it, right? So I didn't want to put anything on that yet. So now I'm going to do the frosting, basically the top of my cupcake, and I'm going to kind of make it come around, and it's just kind of a hopping line, like the frosting's kind of gushing over a little bit, almost like you would think of an ice cream cone. It is not perfectly even, but if you've ever made cupcakes yourself, it is really hard to make them perfectly even, so that's all right. The most important thing though, on the bottom of my cupcake, I want to make lines, because you know how the cupcake wrappers are like zigzaggy? I don't know if that's a word, but I think you know what I mean. They go in and out and in and out. We want to show that on the bottom of our cupcake. So now I'm going to do another one. And artists, here's the important thing that you understand. Cupcakes don't have to look exactly alike. If make the bottom a little round. Oh, this one's a lot rounder than this one. Oh well, that's okay. And maybe this frosting is just wavier. It's just not quite as big. It looks similar, but it does not look exactly the same. Here's a way, if you're having trouble with the lines at the bottom, start in the middle, and then they kind of angle out a little bit, because your trapezoid angles out a little bit. But again, they're not going to be perfect. I have lots more lines on this one than this one. That is okay. Here's another way to make a cupcake. It's not going to be exactly the same, remember? Trapezoid shape to start, with a little bit of a rounded bottom. You could make the zigzags at the top if you want. That's like the wrapper. And then come up and around. Again, it almost reminds me of an ice cream cone. And I could make this come in a little bit. Oh yeah, that looks like it's got frosting on it now. That's another way to make it. I would add the lines in at the bottom of the zigzags. What's important, friends, is that it looks like cupcakes to you. Maybe you like this kind the best. Maybe you like this kind the best. Maybe you like this kind the best. Maybe you have a totally different way of making them. As long as you start with that trapezoid shape, ooh, that looks a little weird. Let's come over a little bit. As long as you start with that trapezoid shape with the rounded bottom, because cupcakes are not square, they're round. I feel like this one, I'm gonna go back because I feel like this one needs to be a little bit rounder. Yeah, I like that better. I like that a lot better. And this one, oh, you know what I'm gonna do on this one? I'm gonna make a different kind of a cupcake top. So mine are all 4 different. and that is completely fine. Maybe yours are going to be all four the same. That is completely fine too. Oh, I put a cherry on top of that one. That works. You can make them however you want, but you want 4 cupcakes. Once you are done drawing, you're ready for color, and you need your 6 basic colors, your Roy G. Biv. We learned about these before: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. You can use crayons or markers or both. I'm going to use both for mine. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. You could use colored pencils. You could use oil pastels. What you use is entirely up to you. You could even use paint if you have it. That is entirely up to you. However, the way you color it is important. So I'm going to start with my cupcake wrappers. And I am going to make them 2 different colors. And artists, you are going to choose 2 different primary colors. So we know our primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. I'm going to pick 2 of them. Ooh, my red is not doing very well. He needs a rest, or I need a new red. I'm going to pick 2 primary colors. So I am going every other stripe with red. And I need another primary color, so I could pick blue or orange. I'm going to start with, or yellow, not orange. That's not a primary color. And my yellow is dirty. This is why I don't like coloring with markers. I might have to switch back to just crayons. I'm just not a fan of coloring with markers because they don't color very nicely for me. My yellow's all dirty, but you get the idea. You can probably guess what I'm going to make the frosting. I'm going to make the frosting the color that red and yellow make. Remember? Orange. So I'm going to make this frosting orange. And I'm outlining it first because I always think that is nice. And coloring it in carefully and neatly. Now, boys and girls, if you want to add some little details, like, for example, maybe I wanted sprinkles on my cupcakes. Well, I can do that as long as they are the right color. What color do my sprinkles need to be? Orange, because red and yellow make orange. So maybe I could use a red orange, a little bit darker. Oh, that's not going to show up. Maybe I can't make sprinkles. There we go. Make some sprinkles on mine. On my cupcake. You don't have to do that. It's just an idea, because, I mean, who doesn't like sprinkles, right? I'm going to keep going with all of my colors. I'm going to speed it up while I color the next ones. Now I have mine all colored, and I bet you think I made a mistake because I colored this one all 3 primary colors. So this one, the wrapper is red and blue, the frosting is purple. The wrapper is red and yellow, the frosting is orange. The wrapper is blue and yellow, the frosting is green. I did something kind of special here because I used two different greens, but they're both green. But this one, the wrapper is red, yellow, and blue. Do we know what that makes? I bet you'll be surprised. It makes brown. Red, yellow, and blue mixed together makes brown. So I'm going to make this some nice chocolate frosting on this cupcake. And I am lucky because I have more than one brown. I have this brown I'm coloring with right now. And then I have a lighter kind of tan brown that I can do the bottom part. Color that in. It might look a little orangey on the screen, but it's definitely a brown. It's just a light brown. And then I'm going to use my marker for my brown. That can be like a Hershey Kiss on top. So here I have it. All of my colors. The cupcakes tell me what colors make what other colors. Make sure you get your name on this before you bring it and turn it in.